For all of you who had the eyes of Texas as the song I was walking out to, you lost your bet. Excited to be back out here for SEC Media Days Year 2. Just really excited to go into Year 2 of our program. I want to start with something Commissioner Sankey said about my summer and maybe give a lot of kudos to my wife. When I took the job at Texas A&M, my wife stayed back with our younger son who was still finishing high school and my daughter. And so after recruiting in June, we went back and moved and packed the house. And I heard all the coaches before me come up and talk about the great summers they had, and mine got to spend the summer packing. And so to my wife, another apology and just an understanding that I owe her a huge vacation next summer, and we'll certainly get around to that. I said this to a lot of people when I got hired. I've said this to a lot of people this offseason. It's going to be our commitment to doing that every day that is ultimately going to get Texas A&M football where it wants to be. We are trying to speed that process up as much as we possibly can, but we've laid a really strong foundation for who we are as a program, who we want to be, and where we want this thing to be going forward. And I think that was so critical. In the past 12 months, we've made a tremendous amount of stride in that area. You heard Commissioner Sankey mention we had a 3.07 GPA last year. It's the first time since we've joined the SEC that we had a 3.0 GPA. I strongly believe that correlates to success in life and success on the football field. We established our Mission 12 program, which is our player development program, to help continue to grow and educate these young people in what is a changing time. Financial literacy, understanding NIL agents and what all of that is about, reading contracts, understanding this new evolution of third-party NIL, a program that will truly provide for our student athletes all of the resources that they need to go out and be successful. We talk a lot as coaches about how hard it is for us to navigate this landscape. It's also challenging for our 19-year-olds to navigate this landscape, and we want to make sure that they're provided with all of the resources they need to be successful. Off the field or on the field, we're really excited to get into Year 2. I don't think you can quantify how challenging Year 1 truly is when you have to go into a place and build everything. Build culture, build a program, build scheme, build practice habits, build practice tempo, design, everything. There's so much that's on the table in Year 1, and I think both I and our staff are just really excited about the growth that will happen between Year 1 and Year 2 in our program. On offense, we returned 7 starters, and I think that is a big cry for excitement. I think we bring back our top 7 offensive linemen. We bring back all of our ball carriers. That's a really strong starting point. But I think what I'm most excited about is the fact that we've got quarterback Marcel Reed primed to take a huge jump for us this year. I think he's had a phenomenal offseason. I think he's put on some necessary strength and mass to kind of hold to the rigors of SEC football. I think he understands now what it takes to be an SEC quarterback week in and week out, and really excited for him to go out and become the difference maker that we know he's capable of being this year. We added and developed some weapons at the wide receiver and tight end position to help him, and I think we're primed to develop on what was a really strong offensive year for us last year. In SEC play, we led the SEC in points per game. I think as we move into Year 2 of Colin Klein's system, that unit is even going to take a bigger jump. Defensively, we return 8 starters, including our entire back 7. The value of that is hard to put into words. Those kids last year were put into a really challenging situation, having to bring in so many new starters from so many different programs who had never really played together, never had played in our system. I think at times we got it right, at times we didn't. But those kids coming back, I think, have a chip on their shoulder to bring Texas A&M defense back to where it belongs. We've got a very proud tradition of Texas A&M going all the way back to the wrecking crew of what defense should look like, and we look forward to seeing that manifest itself this year on the field in Kyle Field. We also brought back all 4 of our specialists. I think that's unique. Both our kicker, punter, long snapper, and kickoff specialist all return. And so we feel as though we've got a very veteran group with a lot of experience primed to go out this year and finish what we started last year. I want to close by saying this. Texas A&M is an amazing place. I'm blessed and honored to be the head football coach at Texas A&M. The support we have for our program at times is overwhelming. Last year, we averaged just under 103,000 people at our home games. That's 101% attendance in Kyle Field for an average. Our average home attendance was larger than any stadium capacity in the SEC. The support that we get from our university is second to none. Our university continues to grow. We have clearly established ourselves as one of the premier state universities in the country.
Does it feel like an experienced team, and what does that experience look like on the field and in the locker room?
Yeah, I think it happens in two different ways. I think it feels like an experienced group in that they go about their business, they know what the expectations are, they know what it takes to go out and be successful. And so the work this off season, I think, has been at a really high level because of that. There's still another step, though. You know, we have to take that experience and turn it into being really good football players, being technically sound, being fundamentally sound, going out and playing the game at the level that we can. And I think experience creates knowledge, but we've got to use that knowledge, you know, through the rest of summer, through fall camp, and then really every week in the season to go out and put the football product together that it needs. You know, experience is a really good starting point, but if you don't utilize it the right way, it can be wasted.